Okay, this is part two from what I talked earlier in the first video after my lunch. Anyways, this was the install on this Shira. I think that's how you pronounce it. You can see it in there. I know it's been around for a long time. I've had this since around, I want to say between 2006 2008. An eBay buy for $35. Buy it now. I know these are like 75 to 100 now. Same seller too. He must have had hundreds of these. But anyways, does need a little work. I need to spray some static cleaner in there. I might have to pull this out or take it apart. But you need a little static. There's the speaker there.
It just touched a nerve.
I don't want to get flagged, so I need to turn this down. But I got to put some contact cleaner in there. But anyways, this is a CB radio too, but there is nothing on the CB. I was trying it earlier. I can't get anything. Maybe at night, depending on ham radio and stuff. Right here where I live, well, this is my second home here, where my bike building is in the back. There was a few people, older couple, matter of fact, a couple older couple that lived about 2 houses down from us, and then behind us in the next street down. They were always on the ham radio back in the days. Back in that, I would say I would start listening to ham radio and CB radio in probably the mid to later 70s, and I'll show you from the distance. I don't know if you can see. I'll take it out in that box over there. Just under the frame there. That's another AM-CB. That one there, you can actually has a push and a mic, built-in mic you can talk into. This one is just a receiver. But anyways, I need to get batteries for the other one, and I'm going to see if I can talk into that one and see if I can find out which channel it's on in here. If that happens, it would be a miracle, but I don't know. But anyways, back in the days, you used to hear a lot of ham radio and CB radio of the one I just shown in the box in the back. I'll do a better description later today. And anyways, used to pick up quite a bit. Always somebody talking in the evening. During the day, off and on, a lot in the evening and at night. But that was back in the days. I don't know if anybody... I'm still... There's that group that does ham radios and stuff. But anyways, I didn't put this on there today. And to remove it, you just pull it out this way. But it was a little pain because of the bracket hardware. These real tiny screws, and I don't know how many times I dropped it a couple times on the carpet. I had to get in my hands and knees. I found the nut, tiny micro nut that was in there. I had to fiddle around for it. Did it twice. So that's why I'm glad I didn't record as I was installing this, because that would have turned into a comedy. Hearing my cussing too, I get mad. Very impatient kid back in my days, and I still am like that, especially when things don't go right. But I'll put some static cleaner. I think my brother might have some. I need to get some here from my shop here. Or, it's pretty loud too. And it also has in the box that has the wiring that connects somewhere in the back, and you route it down this way to the, I think it clips onto the spoke. So if somebody touches your bike like this, or is messing with the lock and the bike moves, they're going to hear this. That's the key there. If you take off with you to turn it off. Turn it off, you just turn it that way. But anyways, comes with a spare key too. I leave it here because I could put it in my drawer, but sometimes things just move around and I have to find it. So here, I know it's there. So anyways, that's the Shira AM-CB AM radio. So I'll ask my brother for some contact cleaner. I need to get some too next time I go to Home Depot. So it's one of my projects. I got to do a couple more things today. And then I already detailed this bike. This is a 1998. This is a reissue. I bought this brand new when it came out. I still got the original box back there. Got two boxes. I got one behind me. They were pretty cool. They come in the original early 70s, maybe late 60s, the box scheme with the print Schwinn Stingray. I know you can't see it. That's the 98. That's the brother here. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the 98. That's I got too many oranges in this room. That's a 70 orange crate. When I saw this part, I looked back here. Wait a minute. I looked down the bottom. There's a 5-speed. My fault. There's the brother over there. That one's got the AM radio too, vintage radio. I'll put that on there. I figure I'll put this one on this bike too. Anyways, then it features my childhood Sears light. I don't think I got batteries on this thing here. I used to take the batteries off. I've had that light on my lowrider bike. I've had two of these ones. These are just the C-cell or the D-cell, and the one on the reissue 98. That one there it's the same Sears light, but it's a combo. It's got the horn switch on the handlebar. And I bought this one first, somewhere around, I guess 1970, had to be 1977. That's when I was always finishing up my lowrider bike back then, putting parts on and stuff, accessories. And I believe that one there came on the following year, 78. But I've had two of these. I'm not sure what happened to the other one. If I gave it away with partial of the bike that was, I stripped out, but I kept the vital parts. I kept which is over here, the Springer fork, and that's the fender that was on there. Not the right fender, but that was a fender that was just, I could get back in 77. Of the Stingray. My Schwinn dealer didn't have any extra crate fenders that would be the right fender for a Super Deluxe too, and for that Springer. So this one was the new all stock. First, I didn't have enough money. I just got whatever I could get because I ended up getting wheels, fenders, seat post, rear fender. What else did I get? Crank, sprocket, and I think I used up my $35 there. But anyway, I did come back and got that fender. They were like $4.95. They weren't, right now, NOS fender, well, it was NOS at the time, but it's in mint shape. That fender's probably at least, $60, $75. At least in that condition. Because even underneath, I've always kept it clean as a kid. Look at that. It had some mild oxidation, but I cleaned it with some T-cut. Then I used the semi-chrome on there. So that's why it's in that condition, It has a little bit of light scars on there and stuff, but overall, it's in very good condition for being in 77, But that's actually not the safety edge, because he had them, but when he sold me this fender here, this one is the Razor. Yes, he had a few new old stock of those, and then of course he had new old stock of the safety edge, and because I brought the bike in there, it was partially done, missing the front fender, and got this fender to match it. So that's a Razor fender, because the fender that he gave me for free, I don't know where I put it. I think I'll put it away. It wasn't the right fender. It was like for a fair lady. But anyways, this 1998 here, it's got a finished detail in it, and I got the Shira radio on there, or CB radio. Just put in some accessories instead of just collecting dust in the display case. Might as well put them on some of these bikes. So, and I did the Bicentennial's got a real nice AM radio on there too. So, and of course, my Super Deluxe is all loaded up, and my 70 orange crate is all loaded up. So, anyways, I'm just still got quite a bit of accessories in there. So, and this bike here, my 74, is all loaded up. As you can see, right down to this cell phone holder, and it's a Schwinn too. The only thing is not much. It's my 2020 Pacific Cycles. The only reason I bought it is because of that wheel, that hub. That's a Stormy Archer. Kind of relic. Stormy Archer's been around for 100 years plus now, I think. But anyways, I put a strobe light on there. It's a tail light strobe light, and I think, did I put a mirror? Yeah, I put a mirror on there. So one thing I don't put on there is a headlight. I do have some in there, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that today, but slowly working on that bike. It's a cool bike, rides smoothly, surprisingly, for how crappy they were made. But yeah, it is what it is. They weren't like Schwinn Cycling and Fitness that done these. I mean, these are done authentically, right down to the flash welding. I mean, you can see real good, but it's smooth here, where you can see the weld. Anything else from Pacific Cycles, let's see what else. I think there's nothing else. It's just that bike there. It's just that one. I sold my other one, my BFK. That was an awfully made bike, but I custom made that into a nice 5-speed. So I just been doing customs. I still got some wheels back there, some tires, and I got a crate Adams just collecting dust back there. And we'll see what that happens to those. But then I got Neosock handlebar there, like the 68, 69 type. So anyways, that's what I'm doing today. Put this on there and see what else goes.